Good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Maher, and today I'm going to show you how to make the cocktail of gentlemen, otherwise known as the Old Fashioned. It is a fairly simple whiskey-based drink comprised of only a few ingredients: water, Angostura bitters, fruit, sugar, ice, and of course the whiskey. Quick warning that if you do not enjoy the taste of whiskey now, you will not enjoy this drink. This isn't like a martini or daiquiri where the different flavors mix together and you can barely tell what you're drinking. You will know that the whiskey is there. There are two different types of whiskey. There's a bourbon whiskey and a rye whiskey. Main difference is that the rye has a drier, spicier taste, a little more bite to it than the bourbon whiskey, which is a little more full-bodied and sweeter. Now, to begin, you add a splash of water to a glass, which I have already done. Let's face it, if you do not know how to add water to a glass, you probably have no idea how to access this video. Next, what you'll do is add a half of a teaspoon of sugar, which I have here. You can also use a sugar cube, whichever you have available to you. Next, what you're going to use is Angostura bitters, which adds a little bit of extra flavor to the drink, which is really what changes it to a glass of whiskey into an old fashioned. So you only put 2 shots in. It's got a self-limiter on the top, so you hit it once and twice. And once you have the 3 ingredients in, what you will do is you will muddle them together. You can use anything to do this. If you go to a bar or restaurant, they will actually have a little club called a muddler that gets everything mixed together, but most people at home will not have that. You can use anything from the end of a marker, a lipstick container. I like to use a spoon. They all get the job done, as long as it's something you can crush up and mix together the sugar with everything else you've added. That's good enough. So what you'll do is you'll go in, you'll use twisting motions, try to get as much of the sugar as you can mixed in. Face it, unless you sit here for about 5-10 minutes, you're not going to get it all mixed together, but you want to do the best you can with what you got. So let's do this a little bit more here. Okay, then we're done. Next step is you want to rotate the glass sort of on its side, not crazy because you don't want to spill anything. This way you end up lining the edges of the glass where the whiskey is going to be going, so you get the full flavor involved. Now, tip to muddling is that there is fruit involved. You want to make sure you do not muddle the fruit in with the rest of the drink of what I just added, the bitters, water, and sugar. That'll basically just end up making the drink crazy, so to speak. You might as well just grab orange juice pulp and mix it with whiskey at that point, so think about that. Next, what you're going to do is add your ice. You can either have the normal, regular sized ice cubes. I like the single larger ice cubes. It makes it a lot more convenient. Next, what you'll do is add your whiskey. Now, what you want to aim for is the middle of the road whiskey, $40, $50 range. You don't want to drink anything in the $20 range put in this drink, because it's usually sweet enough already, tough enough already to drink. And when you get to the $75, $100 range, you shouldn't be mixing it with anything. And if you need to, then you pay too much. I usually enjoy the Knob Creek or Maker's mark. Mixes it right into the middle and is a perfect whiskey for this drink. What you'll do is you'll add a little bit in, okay, a few ounces, whatever you prefer as far as what you want to drink. And lastly, what you'll do is you'll add your garnish. I prefer orange. Some people add cherries to it, pineapple, anything they prefer. And that is it. At this point, what you have is an old fashioned. And Let it sit a couple minutes, let everything mix together, and then it's ready to drink. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.